Before the actual recap starts, I want to inform you of the layout I will be using. This will be where the day of the month of said topic takes place. This will show all the public games and projects of time of the announcement, and this will include additional info that people might be interested in. Now, I will go slightly back to 2022, just to mention a few things that I couldn't mention because Alphive Retro was not announced yet. After the purge of Ben 10 games, our plan was to work on Alphive Cosmic Chaos, or as was known as formerly, just Cosmic Chaos. But later, in very early October, we had the idea of holding on to the Cosmic Chaos project and doing something slightly different. And that's where the Alphive Retro project got greenlit amongst another Alphive project, making it one of the 3 that will be created by the studio, and all the main focus shifted to Retro. On the 11th, the design concepts for Statric, Toxicat, and Obsidian for Retro were created by Juicebox, followed by many recolors of Statric. And finally, 2nd of November, we had part of the map done thanks to Omega, plus a comparison with the Pixelations version. And then in December, you had this teaser. Starting this year off with a great start, on the 8th, we had the Retro Obsidian model ready, and then on the 10th, we released 4 UGC items that people can buy and wear on their avatars, anywhere. And those being Dice War's head, Pin Patty's chest pin, Blue Booster hammer, and Toxicat's mask. On the 17th, the contest for the custom alien ended. On the 25th, the Retro Toxicat model was finished. And lastly, on the 27th, we showed off some stuff people could expect for Half Havoc, such as a punching limit, using the phone menu as an alien, and player sprinting. On the 7th, we tried to work on the Half Havoc remake. These are a few early screenshots. Hello? That footage I showed you. No, it's not meant to be there. Project Vintage. On the 23rd, we announced a 48-hour public test for Alphive Retro, or as was known to a lot of people, Project Vintage, that would take place on February 26th. Speaking of the 26th, on the 26th, we released an early look at Alphive Retro video, released 5 new UGC accessories, released 5 new clothing articles, a part of the vintage set, and released the public test for Alphive Retro, which later ended on the 28th. On the 1st of March, we revealed that Half Havoc will be getting a remake sometime in the far future. On the 2nd, the Sandy Shores part of the retro map was being planned out. And from the 3rd to the 6th, the new Heat Blast model was started and finished. On the 7th, the first beach prop set was made by Omega, and from the 9th till the 15th, the leak was modeled, rigged, and test animated. On the 18th, more beach props were made, and Racklight was modeled and rigged. And finally, on the 26th, leak was revealed with this teaser video. And behind the scenes, a version 1 of Alphive font was made. This would be changed later in the future. I'm Statric. It's Statric time. Danger ahead. Watch out! Yeah, I'll be a good voice actor for Statric. Also, on April Fools, we reopened the Alphive Retro public test for 24 hours. There is no joke or prank, it was just reopened. On the 8th, the Alphive font was updated to version 2. On the 9th, the first version of Retro Whiplash and Hoverbug were designed and modeled. And also, we sneak peeked a happy Easter image that teased Racklight, which then on the 10th, the garden section of the map was being worked on, and animations for both Hoverbug and Whiplash were started. From the 11th till the 14th, the food truck was finished. On the 16th, more of the map was revealed to the public. And then from the 16th till the 20th, some Alphive tracks were being produced behind the scenes, including some that haven't even been heard yet. On the 23rd, the Alphive library rearrange feature was being planned and worked on, followed by the new Whiplash model that got updated to the current one that will be used just the day after. And then on the 28th, Half Havoc and SmokeBomb went on an indefinite hiatus. Alphive Retro was publicly prioritized as our main project, and we announced that we have more project ideas we want to get to before or after returning to our old projects. On the 14th, we revealed another form that will be available in Alphive Retro called Racolide. On the 22nd, we released our second batch of UGC items, and then 2 days after, we released a full set for Toxicat. And then the next day, we showed off the new UI for Retro. On the 27th, the menu was being conceptualized. And finally, on the 31st, we released an exclusive form Game Pass that went on for 50% sale for around 5 days. June 9th, the idea of BreakingVision Legacy was brought up and planned out, where we'd bring back some old projects that we had back when BV was only known as Only Upgraded, starting with pixelations and bad issues. In the meanwhile, same day on the 9th, the ability Alec Travel was remastered. On the 17th, a cafe was being made for Retro, and back to the original topic, on the 21st, we initiated BreakingVision Legacy publicly, with 2 new videos attached to it, and it's safe to say people were surprised and happy that pixelations returned, after like 3 years or so of it being gone. But too bad it won't update anymore. And to wrap it all up, on the 27th, I was messing with some particles for Statric's Supercharge ability, and on the 29th, I sneak peeked the new remastered Supercharge ability. On the 8th, we finally revealed the winner of the custom alien contest, which was Aston's alien by the name of Overquill. Yet another form has been revealed by the name of Hoverbug. On the 9th, we created a new thing called Short BV Comics, and then Toxic Cloud was remastered and more work on the map has been done. 2 days after that, we hit 10k members on the group, so we revealed some new projects by the name of Project Candy, Project Bone, Project Cat, and Project Pretend. Unfortunately, one of these projects have been cancelled due to unexpected circumstances, and Alphive Retro's test was reopened for another 48 hours. On the 21st, a collectible menu concept was created. Another short BV comic was created on the 26th, following the trend of Barbenheimer. And finishing it off, on the 28th, our first set of collectibles to test with were made by Juicebox. Starting the month by looking for new testers to help us with Alphive Retro, and then on the 4th, a video showcasing me picking up a collectible was sneak peeked, and ending it on the 22nd by showing off the remastered Slut Slide, a very short and boring month. On the 18th, the third short BV comic was released. The next day, a mod of 3 years, Todako, resigned from the mod position. And then on the 20th, we showed off both remastered versions of Elemental Wave and Mixture Rage. Following that, 2 days after, the player feed feature was shown off, while in the meanwhile, I was working on all of Leek's abilities behind the curtains. Starting the spooky month with showing off all of Leek's abilities for Alphive Retro, followed by a showcase of the Alphive library rearrange, changing the server icon, and then more map work on the 5th. On the 10th and 11th, Roblox came out for the PS4 and PS5, and we made an announcement saying that we will be working on PlayStation compatibility in our future projects. A lot more map work has been done in between these announcements, and on the 23rd, we made a post showing an estimated progress bar for Alphive Retro, and by the looks of it, it might be finished somewhere in early 2024. And then we posted this on Halloween.
Hey, wanna hear another scary story? This one's good, promise. It's about the legend of Whiplash.
November started off with a new default server icon. Later on the 10th, we actually sneak peeked the new forest area of Alphive Retro. 10 days after, we actually revealed what the Game Pass is for and a better look at Whiplash. And then ending off this month short with showing off Rackalide. This month is the shortest out of all of them. On December 21st, a new short BV comic was posted, and on December 30th, you get this video. Yo, I'm Editing Casey. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. We had the retro obsidian oh my god. What has been the most fun thing to work on or do in BV this year?
Probably the retro map. It would probably be either the forest or the beach. I would lean more towards the forest, probably because that one was a lot easier to make.
Joining the Alphive Retro testing place, testing out Alphive Retro, that was fun.
Probably come up with ideas for my super secret project that will not be mentioned. That was like the most fun thing I've done. It was the most interesting.
Designing things for you know what.
I know no one else is gonna say it, but the only thing that I have really been playing from BreakingVision Studios, and probably my favorite game you guys have ever made, is Alphive Retro. I love the art style of the game. The little ability icons in the bottom corner done by Juicebox, the artist. It's great. I love the form designs. They're refreshing and unique. Combat's pretty fun. Music is a little bit of a bop at times, and the map is super detailed. And the whole game is a nice throwback to the old school in air quotes here game of Ben 10 pixelations.
Yeah, I really also like just overall helping wherever I could and coming up with ideas. That's the best thing I'm at.
Hey, wanna hear another scary story?
What would you rate this year from 1 to 10 and why?
Like a 7, I would say.
Interesting. Let's go with 7.
I think we did pretty alright for this year, especially with the whole Have Havoc not being our main game anymore. Us starting the whole Alphive series, I think we did pretty good. I would give it a 7.
Ooh, great question. This year for you guys was a huge year for user-generated content, like clothing and avatar accessories. I think you guys did great with that this year.
It's my only year, so I have to say 10. It was really fun.
What is it, the public tests of Retro when that happened? That was fun. It was nice seeing everyone mess around with new ideas and new forms.
On the 7th, we tried to work on I'm not okay right now. We sneak peeked the Happy Easter image that teased What's a memorable moment that you have in BV?
I'm trying to think, because our moments aren't moments that everyone would know.
I guess it was the Alphive, like, 24-hour, no, it was 48-hour testing, because I vaguely remember just a bunch of fans joining us and dance, and we're just dancing.
Me flying off as Hoverbug from this year or the past?
This year.
Alright then, that would be it. And probably the tomfoolery that we did in the testing place.
Well, yeah, I've met a lot of new people, a lot of new friends, which was pretty fun.
I would say I have a lot of fun with you guys just talking, but realistically, I enjoyed our test sessions for Alphive Retro. Those were fun, trying stuff that the public definitely shouldn't see, and trying stuff that, you know, the public will see.
Probably quitting, that's the most memorable I had, because it's like, ooh, wow, the biggest thing that's happened to me all year regarding BV as a whole. Second place would probably be the last meeting because I don't know, I just came up with a lot of ideas that people really liked and I was proud of myself.
I think making our own thing is kind of more fun than trying to make like a fan game.
I don't know. On the 27th, the menu. Oh my god. Would you say that you are looking forward to 2024?
Half yes, half no. With how the platform's going, things are gonna be going to shit soon at this point.
No.
Yes, I can't wait. I feel like it's going to be a blast, and I can't wait for Alphive Retro to come out.
The release of Alphive Retro, baby! Let's get it!
With Alphive Retro, definitely, yeah. But I would definitely like SmokeBomb to come back. Yeah, I am looking forward to Alphive Retro and what it has to offer. It seems interesting.
It's probably gonna be the same thing as this year, or maybe we'll actually release something. We probably will release something. I can't imagine us not releasing something, and if we don't, then there's probably a good reason for it.
Again, I know I am glazing the ever-living fudge out of it. I gotta say, best work, yeah. Then and probably more UGC stuff. You guys kill it with UGC stuff.
But too bad it won't update anymore. 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 But too bad it won't update it. I was messing with some particles for Statrix Super. And then we posted this on Halloween.